Today we're going to be replacing the front fender on an Apollo City. For this repair video, we will need an adjustable wrench and a 2.5 and 4mm Allen key. Relatively simple repair. Just requires you to free the front wheel and remove the fender with its brackets and then replace it. So the first thing we're going to do is uninstall the two small screws on each side securing the fender in place. So it's a little bit difficult to see, but right next to this big lug nut here, there's one hole with a screw and there's a second hole with a screw. It takes a 2.5mm Allen key, and we're just going to uninstall these screws. And that's two. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. They're in the exact same mirrored location on the other side. Now that the screws securing the fender are uninstalled, our next step is going to be uninstalling this screw, which secures the drum brake in place. For that, you'll need a 4mm Allen key. After that, we want to remove the wheel completely from these front forks. So for that, we're going to need, I'm going to use an adjustable wrench, or you can use a 21mm metric wrench. It follows the same adage of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we'll be turning it counterclockwise in order to loosen. I'm going to take this off completely. And the same thing on the other side. After that, I'm just going to loosen the small little locking nut with this wedge that holds everything in place. I'm going to take my wrench, narrow it down, and then just grab onto that edge and pry just a little bit to free it. Now there should be nothing securing this wheel, it's just the tightness of the assembly holding it all together. If I grab with each of my thumbs each side along this post and I just push, it should come right out and you'll see the fender drops right down. You can leave this motor hang here, this isn't going to damage it. This is your front fender assembly. To put it back, it's really just following the same procedure in the opposite order. You want to make sure that the screw holes, these threaded holes, are towards the body of the scooter, not like this. This is wrong. You want to make sure the holes are towards the body. And you want to put them along the post of the motor. And because we removed the lug nuts and these lock washers from before, these brackets for the fender are going to be the outermost piece on each of the posts from the motor. So there's going to be nothing outside of them. And I'm just going to line it up. Sometimes you need to widen the forks a bit with your fingers just to get it all in right. To get it in right, you want to align this post to make sure it's perfectly even with the slot, with the dropouts here. So I'm just going to take my wrench and turn it just the right amount. And instead of pushing, I'm just pulling, obviously. And now it's all being held in place. Take our small screws to secure the fender. Make sure that the fender is lined up properly. Just a small little adjustment from here to here will make it impossible to screw in the screws if it's not aligned right. So now I'm just going to install these small fender screws back into the wheel. Nice and tight. On this side, we also need to install the drum brake screw. This one may need some play with the drum brake. Feel free to adjust this as needed. As long as it screws into the one spot, you're good to go. Okay, and now put on the lock washer and the lug nut. Just get it finger tight for now. Same on the opposite side, of course. Put it on, and then we'd use a wrench to just make sure it's nice and snug. Tightening the lug nuts will help seat the lock washer. So sometimes the lock washer isn't exactly flush, but after a turn or two of the lug nut, it should sit exactly where it's supposed to. And that's how to change the front fender.